So I don't know what's worse, Tigray actually making the biggest mistake and killing someone, or we're finding out that Tigray's mom was up to no good. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the secrets that were in the new breakout character focused chapter around Tigray. I'm also going to be going over the ending, exactly who did Tigray kill and why, and there's going to be a lot of details surrounding the chapter, so do make sure you stick around to the end. But if you are looking forward to this, remember to leave a like on the video and feel free to subscribe for more. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Okay, so when you first start the chapter, you will notice that Tigray does have a remake of his head, and I will say these outfits look awesome. And we also have three characters. We have Sergeant Monroe, which we do recognize from the very end of book 2. We also have Danny, who at first reminded me of Daisy, but this is like a donkey. So Danny, who also insists that, hey, Tigray, you're looking very nervous, and Tigray is looking very nervous. Okay, and off you go into a bunker, and it's very dark and scary, by far one of the scariest chapters ever. It turns out you don't break your legs when you do fall down there, and Danny does check on you, but Danny's not down there with you. Not yet, at least. And Danny asks, is everything okay? And you also tell Danny to try to find another way in if you can. Remember that. So I won't talk about the map itself too much. It is very dark and awesome. Again, one of the scariest chapters ever. I got jump scared so much. If you guys have not seen that chapter of me playing it, I'll link it down below in the description. But I do want to start out by going over the portals and exactly what they mean in each. So you go through one portal, and Tigray says, I remember being in this classroom. I hated it. I guess it still likes to haunt me. So you are in Tigray's past right now, and a lot of the things that Tigray is seeing in this chapter, I believe, is not necessarily real. Why? Because if we think about the actual Umbra, who is the creature that is chasing you around, if you actually look up what Umbra means, I believe in Italy it means shadow. So it's almost like this evilness that's sort of following Tigray, and yeah, it all will get revealed in the end. So the classroom is one pass, and then you also have a section where you go through the boot camp, which they also show this part in the end too. And the boot camp is obviously you went to the military, you had training, so you make your way through the boot camp section as another memory in Tigray's past. Now, one of the coolest sections in Tigray's past is going to be you actually go to his old house. So you actually get to go into his bedroom, you get to see some of the things there, and there's also another Umbra that's actually there too. So there's a noise in the house, and the Umbras also have different colors that are there, which also makes it quite interesting as to why. Really reminds you of the Sentinels, at least Sentinels, that are actually in Piggy that we also see at the end of chapter 12, but very scary. Now there is another portal, and these aren't in any particular order, but you have to make your way through sort of like a chest sort of area, and Tigray goes, huh? This place is new. Haven't been here before. Now, this can be very tricky, so if you haven't really mapped out exactly how to do this, you can follow exactly where I went, and hopefully that will help you get through this. But something very interesting happens is there's a giant black hand that is coming after you. Now, I do think that represents the shadow. There's also some references that maybe that could be what pulled Zizzy in the end. Now, when you make it through a door, the interesting part is that you're in a cage, like one of the carts from Carnival, and Tigray is quite confused of what's that being there. I also can't recall exactly who trapped Foxy in the cage, so if I did miss that, please comment it down below. I'd love to know exactly, was that figured out? Did we say it was TSP? But let me know down below in the comments. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna break down the ending. So to actually escape, you get all the actual patterns for the door, and you put the patterns in similar to like Lab, the true ending, which was just insane, and you actually unlock the door and you get a knife. So you actually have to go through this bunker while it's dark with one flashlight, and you have to find the bot and stab the bot. So that is how you actually complete the chapter, and again, very unique and new. So once you do that, you do get an ending. So let's go ahead and jump over the ending and then we're gonna jump into the secrets. Okay, so the first scene here is we have Tigray. This is a flashback scene of Tigray young, and you can see Tigray's dad on the couch checking out his artwork there, probably thinking, how can I turn this into an NFT? But he's not too happy with it, and he gets Tigray out of the way. So shows that the dad is not really the nicest. And then we also see that Tigray had a very tough time in school. Got some really cool bullies there, at least as far as the skin characters. That's all. Bullying is not cool, and they do that to Tigray, which is why he hates school, which is another reference inside of the map. And he's just in bed, and Tigray is not really happy at all. Now, just when you think that everyone is against Tigray, you wouldn't expect his mom to be against him. He shows up with an A- report card, and the mom is not paying him any attention. Also, another new character introduced, which is Tigray's mom. Now, what I will say is I paused here. Now, I don't know if this actually means anything, but you never know when it comes to Piggy, but maybe it's just a dresser draw pattern on here, but I just noticed those things there. What if they're insolence eyes? And I mean, the A- was not good enough. So Tigray actually approaches the mom with a golden piggy trophy. And it turns out the mom is not interested. Why? Because she's actually on the phone.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Just very sad. And then he goes up to the dad, and the dad is honestly not even paying, Tigray any mind, and is just constantly disappointed in Tigray. And eventually Tigray runs away. And then there's a scene where Tigray is a little bit older, and he passes a sign with Sergeant Monroe saying, "You're stronger than you think, join." And pretty much Tigray joins the army. And we do see those flashback scenes of some of the places in the portals that he's actually been through. And this is where Tigray got his skills from, is because he was in the army. Now, the biggest jaw dropper was when Tigray actually comes back from out of this flashback, he actually stabbed someone, and I believe the person he stabbed was Danny, the person from the beginning that went in with him, because Tigray did say, see if you can find another way in. And I believe that Tigray was so busy focusing on his past and the shadows and this dark that he actually ended up, stabbing the creature, because he was just not even knowing where he was, and just, yeah, unbelievable, Tigray, unbelievable. But that completely explains why Tigray has been pretty much deserted and was called deserted from the military. So there it is. And overall, the ending was pretty long, and then we get a scene of present time, and present time meaning that this takes place literally after book 2 ended, where Willow and Tigray went off, and Willow goes like, whoa, look like you've seen a ghost. And Tigray goes on to pretty much say like, hey, you can say that. And then they have a little bit of talk back and forth at least. And you can also see a little bit of backstory, how Willow reached out to Tigray, and they kind of walk off at least on to the next adventure. And yeah, that was amazing. The chapter was awesome. So let's get ready to break down the secrets that were in that chapter. Okay, so let's go over the secret notes that were in the chapter. And this was provided by Piggy Discussions. I'll also link their Twitter down below in the description. It's run by JB, who actually is incredible when it comes to Piggy and all the news and predictions. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So there's a note that says, if you manage to get down here without falling, congratulations, you are a safety expert. Keep it up. And that's actually when you're going down inside. There's also a note also in this chapter which says, I've been missing you a lot, and your pasta. I really miss your pasta. You'd make it the best. Can't wait to see you soon. They say we'll be done soon. Now, I don't exactly know who this is pertaining to. Please comment down below. Part of me feels like Tigray was writing this note to his mom, possibly. I thought of someone who had pasta, or who could make a good pasta and would make you feel like home, and that's the mom. However, I'd love to hear your feedback on this down below in the comments. We also have another note which says, what it takes to prove them wrong. And Tigray wants to prove their parents wrong. Obviously, Tigray was a great student, but no one really paid him any attention, which is just really sad. Now, there's also something in this is very interesting here, guys, because this goes back to the carnival scene of who exactly trapped Foxy in the cage. Now, there is something written on this, and it says, it was you. And I do believe this looks like it was written at the carnival. So that's very, very interesting, guys. So I'm curious to know if that's really the case. We also have another one which says, warning, falling is painful. Prevent falling today by using the handrails. Also a note which says, why'd you run from us? Which this is actually on like inside of Tigery's room. And we also have that picture that Tigery did draw, which is also awesome. Another note that's written, or a marker that's written on the wall, which says, you are just like us, which again, I think that was like the parents talking to him, basically haunting him. We also have Tigery's mom, what was really on her phone, which says crazy but want to chat maybe, which is just insane. Then we have a book which says, we have the compound surrounded. 2 of my finest soldiers may just be able to catch the enemy off guard if they're quick enough. Now I do think this was by Sergeant Monroe, and he was talking about Danny and Tigery. There's also a note on the school board which says, we miss you, and I think that's the parents. And there was also a code on the board which was decoded, and it translates to come home. And those are all the secrets. I'm pretty sure there are some more secrets in the chapter. So I honestly can't wait to see what is next for Piggy. I do think maybe we'll get something else in the near future, maybe before Inner City, who knows, but this was a lot of fun. I definitely give this chapter a 10 out of 10, and I want to give a good luck to everyone that's actually trying to complete this chapter. But thank you all so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and share it. Also feel free to subscribe for more if you're new. And if there's any Piggy videos you guys want to see on the channel, comment down below and let me know. We've been really into Bloxburg 2 and the roleplay series, which you can join in that series as well. I'll link the Discord down below in the description. If you do join in, make sure to say hello. We are pushing towards 1,000 members, and it's just been an awesome positive community as well. But I definitely want to bring you guys some more Piggy videos for those of you that do enjoy like the series of Piggy Build Off and much more. So comment down below. But thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one.